On the occasion of the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, the state of Kuwait joins the international community in calling on stakeholders to include victims and survivors' perspectives in all anti-trafficking action.
Thousands of people are still being trafficked globally as key parties struggle to find a solution. More with Hadil Fahad.
While the United Nations commemorates the International Day Against Trafficking in Persons, which takes place on July 30 of each year, with the aim of raising awareness of this grave violation and calling for strengthening prevention and protection against it. Millions of victims of human trafficking of women, men, and children fall into the hands of smugglers every year.
We generally can talk about 25 million victims of trafficking around the world, either through the forced labor or the sex work or people who are with the armed groups as well.
The COVID-19 pandemic has exposed and moved many global inequalities, creating new obstacles to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
During the COVID time, the number of victims of trafficking has increased for the simple fact that they were subject to more exploitation as they were in a bad economic situation. When it comes to the government of Kuwait and its role in fighting the human trafficking, they have been doing an increasing efforts to fight the human trafficking in several areas, including through their Department for Counter-Trafficking that is related to the Ministry of Interior, and through the prosecution that they have been doing and the legal acts against all the traffickers. They have been providing also assistance and protection for the victims that are in their shelter, but also they have been working on some of the new regulation that will help against the human trafficking.
The Sustainable Development Goals include clear targets to prevent exploitation and abuse and to eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls.
When it comes to our role as International Organization for Migration, we have been working very closely with the government, either with the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but also with the civil society organization, mainly to provide awareness raising on the human trafficking, but also on the regulation that are available in Kuwait here. We have been also providing capacity building. We have been providing a lot of workshops, either for the private sector or for the government entities about this topic. But also we have been working to provide assistance to the potential victim of trafficking, including the voluntary return to their own countries. And we have been working very closely with some of the institutions on the new regulation that will help fight against this serious crime, including ethical recruitment and including work on the national referral mechanism for the protection of the potential victim of human trafficking.
On this International Day Against the Trafficking in Persons, let us reaffirm our commitment to prevent criminals from ruthlessly exploiting people for profit and to help victims rebuild their lives. To Kuwait English News, Hadil Fahad.